is one of the first handhelds of 2020 that I am generally interested in. Over the last couple of months, there hasn't really been much coming out in terms of new handhelds from China, but there is a new one here from South Korea called the Odroid Go Advance. Now, originally they came out with the Odroid, it was a Game Boy looking version, but now in 2020 they have a newer, more powerful version with the Game Boy Advance aesthetic. Now, this will cost you $55, so it is reasonably priced. Unfortunately, I had to pay $15 shipping and then a duty fee which was like $25. So this, I paid almost $40 shipping for a $55 handheld. So hopefully they'll be doing free shipping soon, but who knows, there is a link below if you want to pick it up. Now, the packaging straight off the bat is disgusting. Probably the worst packaging I've seen for a handheld in a very long time. It's even came damaged. Like, this looks like Times New Roman font on this thing. Very, very poor. But the cool thing with this is that you make it yourself. So DIYers out there, you may be of interest to this one because it comes in bits and you got to make it. So in this video, I'm going to make it, test it, see how it plays, and if it's worth the $55, which I have heard good things. So let's jump right in. Let's start building this thing. Hopefully it doesn't take a long time. So with this as well, it's a bit annoying. This isn't going to be a pick up and play handheld, obviously, because it's in bits, and you do need to flash the drive, you need to put it together, so you kind of need to know what you're doing, and it's a bit unfortunate that they don't give you an SD card with it all pre-installed. If you do want that, you have to buy it off them for even more money, so that's a bit of a shame. But let's just jump right into it. So there's the shell. Quite a cool looking shell, transparent. I know a lot of you like your transparent handhelds. There's the back, there's some screws, and it does look fairly simple. There's the motherboard. All right, you got the battery, and is this a display? This is probably the display. So it's all neatly packaged. They give you a screwdriver as well. Let's just jump right in and start putting together the Odroid Go Advance. Right, I fully assembled it and here it is, and everything looks and feels great. It took me about 20 minutes to assemble. Their video guide was very easy and everything slotted into place fairly well. Now, straight off the bat, this isn't the easiest to assemble or install your ROMs. Now, for those of you that want something straight out of the box to play with, this isn't it. Odroid or Hard Kernel, the guys who sell it, are quite smart. They don't want to, like, they're selling it as a DIY jobby, right? But in reality, that's saving them a lot of time and money. I would have preferred paying them an extra $10, $15 for it to be assembled. So when you get it, you have got a job to do to get it started. And then you've got to flash your SD card, you've got to go onto their website, you've got to download software to flash it. Like, it is complicated. It's not easy, it's not pick up and play. So do take that in mind if you're thinking of picking one up. So here it is, and this is what it looks like. As you can tell, it does look pretty good. On the inside, you are getting a 1.3 gigahertz quad-core CPU, 1 gigabyte of RAM, a 3.5-inch LCD display with a resolution of 320 by 480, and a 3000 milliamp battery inside, which they say can last up to 10 hours of gameplay. That's a very long time for a 3000 milliamp battery. But if you want to see our full review coming up in a week or so, there is a link below to our website. So I've flashed the drive, I've installed some ROMs, and hopefully this will work. And I don't know if you could see, I already got crap in the lens, and that was one of the first things I did. Now, build-wise, it is a fairly durable, nice, comfortable. It's quite a large handheld, which I like, but there are a few issues. Like, it is looking great, but the buttons, I'll be 100% honest, are very cheap. They're very cheap plastic. They don't feel great. The shoulder buttons are very slippery and thin, and so is the D-pad up here. And the analog stick is disgusting. I'm not a fan of that at all. But apart from that, it's a cool looking handheld, to be honest, and because you build it, you do get that sentimental feeling that it belongs to you and it's more yours. Now, I've installed some software. What I'm gonna do though is I have a couple of analog stick caps. Like, this is all they needed to do, right? This would have cost them a couple of cents to add in these caps, and that just makes it so much better in my opinion. Like, that has added value, but I've had to do that myself. If they did that, I wouldn't have moaned about the analog stick. So I've installed some ROMs. I've got loads on here: Nintendo 64, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, Super Fat. And I don't know if you can hear that. I'm pushing down. I'll put it near my mic. That's a squeaky analog stick. You probably can't hear it. Stop squeaking now. There you go. It's a squeaky analog stick. So that's what I'm talking about. The build quality isn't superb. It's just okay. So let's just jump into some gameplay. I know you guys want to see what it can do. And to be honest, I don't think it's going to be able to play N64 ROMs, but it might be able to tackle some PlayStation 1 games. But we'll start from the bottom. It can certainly do Game Boy. Should we check out Game Boy Advance? If it can do that, it can do Game Boy and Game Boy Color. So let's take a look at Game Boy Advance. Now, no volume wheel, which is a shame. But that screen though, ooh, that is a nice looking screen. I don't even have to turn off my lights for that. Viewing angles are great. That's a nice screen. No! Oh no, that's embarrassing. Mario Kart there actually played really, really well. Very, very fluid, no frame rate drops. Played, I'd say, perfectly. Now, how do I get out? Okay, that was easy. Back into the menu. Let's try... Should we just jump right into PlayStation? Because I know that's what a lot of you are interested in. Let's just jump right into PlayStation and let's try Crash Bandicoot 2. I don't think it's going to be able to play this, but I might be wrong. And as you well know, there's only 2 shoulder buttons on here. Alright, let's go. Ooh. It's responsive. Very, very... Blah, blah, blah. It's very responsive, actually. This is working well. Okay, this is 100% playing well. I can't see any issues so far. Wow, okay. Seems to be playing PlayStation 1 ROMs pretty well. Okay, that kind of impressed me. Now that intrigues me to see if Nintendo 64 ROMs work. Now, I don't think it will, but I said that on the PlayStation 1 games. Now, this doesn't really have enough power for N64 ROMs, but let's give it a try and see how it performs. So, because I haven't configured the buttons, okay, the buttons are off, but There is some frame rate drops, but it's absolutely playing quite well. It's me, Mario the winner! Couple of frame rate issues, slightly slowed down, the audio cracked now and then, but that was 100% enjoyable to play. Super Mario 64, that's a bit more strenuous. Should we try that? You're probably wondering why I jumped into PlayStation 1 ROMs and N64 ROMs so quickly. It was because that's what majority of you want to see. If it can play PlayStation 1 ROMs as well as it did, it can certainly play your SNES, your Famicom, and your Game Gear, etc. and all of that. So I don't want to make this video super long, so I thought I'd jump into the big boy emulation as quickly as I could. Oh my god. Playing Super Mario on this thing, oh my god. Now yeah, I got some frame rate drops there, I don't know if you saw it. Okay, so there you have it, a little look at Super Mario on the N64 there. If you want to go into more detail, I could possibly do a video in the future showcasing every emulator or every game it can emulate. But for now, I thought I'd jump quickly into Game Boy Advance, PlayStation, and a bit of N64 to show you the power behind this thing. And I was impressed. I'm impressed with how well it's handling N64. And it's not the most powerful handheld out there. And for $55, it's doing really, really well. Even the BitBoy and the Retro Game 350 can't power these kinds of games. Admittedly, they are a bit more expensive and they come with 4 shoulder buttons, but it's impressive that these guys are selling this for $55, even though the shipping for me was $40. But, you know, I'm sure they'll come out with free shipping soon as well. I am impressed. I am impressed with this handheld. It's a shame it doesn't have 4 shoulder buttons and, you know, a volume wheel and stuff, but, you know, the installation and the assembling was a bit of a pain, but it's a great handheld and I kind of enjoyed making it. So there you have it, a quick unboxing and a first impression / review of the Odroid Go Advance. A very, very impressive handheld for the price. It's just a shame that they've cut corners on the buttons and stuff, and the whole installing the flash drive and the software was a bit of a pain in the backside. But, you know, it's great. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Do subscribe because I have a lot more handhelds coming up. As per usual, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.